Hiya, in this video I'm going to show you how I made this tiny puzzle box. Possibly the world's smallest wooden puzzle box, but if you know different then let me know and I'll make a smaller one. So here's how I made it. The outside of the box needs to have a pattern in order to hide the removable pieces, and so I chose a honeycomb pattern in maple and mahogany. Then I cut a selection of shapes on the CNC out of 3mm material. I made large, small and half hexagon shapes. Some were halved along the flats, and some were halved from point to point. Once the pieces were cut, I experimented to come up with a pattern that I liked. Choosing a honeycomb pattern I think made things a little bit difficult for myself because it was difficult to match up the pattern on the sides of the box, as you'll see later on. Here are the patterns that I finally decided on for the top, the side and the end. As you can see, the patterns match up on the side and the top, and they match up on the end and the top. But as you can see, the end to the side don't match at all. In fact, they're different widths. So I had to sand quite a bit off the end to make it match the side for width. The main tile was first glued in the middle of the 3mm plywood, and the rest of the tiles were glued up to it. Once the glue had set, the rest of the tiles were glued up to it. And check to make sure they are lining up. Now, even though they were cut on the CNC, not all the tiles fitted exactly right first time, probably due to my gluing, so some of them needed a bit of sanding to fit. This particular one is marked with a cross. That's to show it's a loose piece and has to remain unglued. This is the end panel being glued up. Once all the panels were glued together and dried, each edge was sanded on the disc sander to a 45-degree mitre. Here all the panels have been laid out, ready to fit together. This also includes a number of loose pieces which have to stay unglued. Most of them come out easily, some of them are a bit tight. Here 3 pieces have been glued together carefully so that they seamlessly fit in the side of the box. Always best to do a dry fit before you glue it together, just to make sure everything will fit. And then eventually you've just got to go for it. This box relies completely on glued joints, as the box is too small really to get any fixings in. When the glue is set, the box is checked over to make sure there's no gaping holes in the joints. Seems okay. This little part has to be glued really carefully to make sure it sticks only to the loose piece and not to the main part of the box. And the same is done to the other side of the box. And now onto the drawer. All parts are cut out of 3mm plywood and glued together. And then check to make sure the ends are square. Once set, the whole thing is squared up on the sander. The fit is checked and fine-tuned with a sanding block. The removable end piece is checked for fit and then marked to make sure it's replaced the same way around each time. The missing half hexagon piece now needs to be fitted to the box and a 45-degree angle sanded on the back of it. To hold it safely on the sanding disc, I just use some double-sided tape and stick it to the drawer. The end piece is now glued in position. And any excess glue scraped away. Before the glue has a chance to dry, the drawer is slid into the box to make sure the end piece aligns with the rest of the box. And it's adjusted if need be. Then I use the stick just to push the drawer firmly against the end. Then again, before the glue is set, the drawer is removed very carefully. Once the glue is set, the drawer is put back in the box and taped in position. so that the hole for the pin can be marked and drilled. This is the pin that prevents the drawer from opening. Then the removable side piece is drilled and the pin glued in position. A small blob of epoxy glue is then used to glue the pin to the loose piece. Once assembled, the box is sanded on the belt sander. Then hand finished. At this point I had the B graphic laser etched on both sides. I thought it would be nice to finish the box with some beeswax, but unfortunately this left a bit of a white residue over the bee, so I had to redo it then with a bit of Danish oil. So that's it. It's a simple two-step box. The first one being you have to locate the loose piece, then grip the correct two cells and pull it out. Then again you have to hold the correct two cells on the end and pull the drawer out. And you can see here I've actually lined the drawer with a little bit of felt. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And please leave any comments, I always enjoy reading them. And let me know any ideas you have. I've got some exciting projects coming up, so please keep watching. See you soon.